Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on Nikki Cross, A.S.H, almost a superhero. So Nikki is the free card this month, and she is a modern era acrobat. She has the raw link, any color moves start with one more move point, and the modern era gems do 5% more damage, and the one gear, the almost a superhero gear. She is a trainer. She's the red gem trainer. This is a nice addition. At 9k, red gems do 2200 more damage. Happy to see that. That'll be very useful. For the preview, I am going to keep the strap like this. You can see I do have double armor and cheap shot equipped for the skill plate. Reduce the damage of all your opponent's gems by 50% for one turn when you land a gem critical. So we'll be running cheap shot. And you can see only 30% blue gem damage and 27% red, so not that beefy, and I don't have a move metal percentage, so we'll be using a flat blue for the whole thing. It'll be useful in some and not in others. I have 6 builds for you guys, a bunch of different ones. I got 3s, 4s, 5s, mix of rare, not rare characters for trainers. Basically, the idea is I'm going to throw a bunch of different builds out there with a bunch of different trainers, and you can mix and match and come up with the one that works for your roster the best, because there's a lot of options with Nikki. Depending on like line bonuses and stuff like that, trainers you have might make a difference, right? So we're going to start off with the Whiplash Neckbreaker, 5 MP blue, deal 64k damage and make 7 random gems into red. And my Nikki's 5-star silver for this, by the way. The reversal, a lot of people want to see the reversal, so a decent amount of the builds will have that in there. Kick out and deal 88k damage and gain 402,000 health, 7 MP red. Regal Cutter, deal 64k damage and make 7 random gems into blue gems. That's only 5 MP. So you can see there's 2 5 MP moves that can recycle back and forth. We'll definitely be taking advantage of those in this preview. This one, I'm going to go with a kind of like a blue gem spam build, essentially, with NXT Seth for 4 more blue gems. We got Butch to start with 4 more red MP, Hall of Fame Lita for another red gem, and then Sheamus for that flat blue gem damage. So we're really trying to make a big pin with the blues and get the win there. We'll also have the kick out loaded right away. I have no tour perks, but Nikki's perks for the month are loaded in. So I do start with 2 more move points, and we're getting +2 on the color gem generation. So we're spamming a lot of gems, but no tour perks, but her tour perks for the month are in. So let's get out there. We're going to go Acrobat versus Acrobat. We're going to go against Bailey, another great free-to-play acro, and see how this works out. This first build set you could also run 2 words for you if you wanted, and I think you could run it double Fury or double Armor. I think there's a lot of possibilities. So let's take a look-see. So we're actually making 13 randoms into blue with that +2 bonus. Pretty big pin, 346k damage running double armor. Not even close to kicking out on that 5 MP move. Obviously that works really well. A lot of these are going to work pretty well. I'm a fan of this card. That was pretty easy, right? So let's go on and check the next build. This one is gonna have the finisher is what we're gonna bring in. We're gonna use both red moves. I'm gonna keep that kick out in there, keep the red move in, and bring out the finisher. So this one's available at 3-star, so you can use this one almost right away. Finisher, deal 113k damage and destroy 7 random yellow gems and pin the opponent, 10 MP blue. So we're gonna run the same thing as far as the reds, and we're going to keep Butch on there, and instead of Seth we are going to go defensive with Honky Tonk Man. So double armor Honky Tonk Man. You could also do this exact same move set with the 6 MP yellow move in place and Kofi in place of Butch. You'll see a variation of it later without Honky Tonk Man. And then I'm just going to run double gem defense trainers, so blue since we're going against Bailey, and then just Robo Cena for red since he's common. Again, cheap shot and big surprise, I know. 2 words for you could also work with the gem spamming and then potentially hitting one on the finisher. You could also use boss plate with this one, which that'll be if you need to go a second time through, could help you recycle, things like that. Other different options too that you could go with. Nikki is very versatile, which I think you're going to see. Obviously this one, I would say double armor only because you're running Honky Tonk Man. Wouldn't make sense to go Fury on this one because you're running Honky Tonk Man. Kickout's ready to go. We're going to spam some blue gems. In a perfect world, we'll get enough to fill the finisher, but not cascade enough to pin her. So not quite a perfect world. So this one will be turn 2, but we do have that kick out if we were to get pinned. And this one doesn't recycle. That's why the boss plate would also be okay for this one, because this one isn't going to recycle. But you probably won't have to with Honky Tonk Man. There you go. Another easy win. Next build. Moving right along here. I'm actually a big fan of this card, mainly because there are so many combinations you can run and win with. And you can see, like, with that flat blue metal, tier 3. I think it was tier 3, maybe tier 4. Either way, it's tier 3, yeah. I don't have anything too crazy on there, right, for metals and stuff, so... Okay, next moveset, we're going to keep the finisher, and this time we're bringing in both yellow moves. They're both 6 MP, low charge, and there's some interesting things you could do with this one. Still have the cheap shot. You could potentially put Ray's plate on there, hit this one first, then hit the choose, and buff the damage on it a little bit as well. That's another option. Decided not to go that route. Probably should read the moves. Body Avalanche 6 MP, deal 76k damage and choose 2 rows to make into heal gems of strength 34k. And the Bulldog 6 MP yellow, deal 68k damage and choose a 4x2 area to swap into blue gems. Entourage, we are going to switch this all around now. We're going to go with some move damage, regular move damage guys. Honky Tonk Man not quite as rare as he used to be. So Sami Zayn, 45% more move damage. Kofi for yellow MP to start. Otis, so we get 1 more yellow on the destroy, even though we don't need it, but a little bit bigger finisher. And 10% move damage. He was an MLC guy. Chase, a lot more people got him recently. And then Honky Tonk Man, a lot more people got recently, but he's still pretty rare. If you don't have him, no big deal. A lot of different ways you can go. You could buff the heal gems, you could buff blue gem damage, you know, there's a bunch of different ways. So let's see how this one goes. This one, I'm going to play for the finisher. Again, another one, you could run double fury, double armor. I'm going to be inclined to say double armor most of the time is going to be beneficial for Bailey, even when you're not, or Bailey, Nikki, even when you're not running Honky Tonk Man. So there's a few ways you can do this. We're gonna try and not force a pin, which is possible, and try and get the finisher turn 1. As long as we don't cascade, we can do that. But that's easier said than done, right? So let's see how this goes. We should have 1 to spare, and it dropped it in the 1 spot it couldn't. But we have double armor, and she dodged. That's hilarious. So we have a 5 match to work with. By hilarious, I mean not hilarious. So we'll just have to do this way instead. And she'll end up getting to go now. If you don't cascade, though, you can do it turn 1. And the reason I'm saving the heal gems is to place them, it's 2 rows, but we can kind of place them on matches Bailey might make, like this 5 match, for example, before we hit our finisher. And the row break right above it, if she decided to go row break and then drop the purples. So let's just try that. That's just going to make the finisher even harder to kick out of. Sort of like Batista, just not as much area, right? but we got some decent coverage and they're fairly big heal gems. Itty bitty cascade, no problem recycling. Let's see. This heal gem's gonna do anything for us? No, because she didn't break any of them. So it did kick out, but not the end of the world. Again, we can just try and not cascade super far. And hit the finisher again. And let's do it this way. There we go. And we can make it even more difficult. I will be shocked if she can kick out this time. And plus you can put some on the yellows. You're going to heal yourself as well. You can see, I mean, we're full life. So another really good moveset that works. Boss plate, like I said, it would be there. You could use raise plate. It would buff the yellows a little bit more. And then try to go for the pin with the blue. You can see the healed gems doing their thing here. Not going to get close. So that's another really solid set. Again, low charge moves to get started with that 6 MP. Yes, they can cause a pin, but still really low charge. That's going to be actually incredibly handy. I like this card. She will definitely go to 5-star for me and probably beyond, honestly. Okay, next build set. Another gem damage style one. We're going to see a little bit different. So similar to this, but different. We're going to go offensive, completely blue gem damage. In this one, you could run double fury. You could run double armor like I am now. You will see what this one looks like. We're also going to bring in the 5-star move. So anything with the tornado DDT makes it a 5-star move. And it'll only be available at 5-star. That is a 7 MP blue. It deals 0 damage and steal up to 118,000 health. 7 MP. We are going to trade out all of our move damage for gem damage. So you just saw move damage. Now let's check out gem damage. Flat blues here. We're going to put Alpha here. And Seamus, again, a little bit more rare. But like I said, I'm throwing a ton of different builds and movesets at you guys. So you guys can kind of mix and match with the best trainers you have. And this allows me to show a lot of different possibilities. Okay, so let's get out there with this one and see what this looks like. Again, cheap shot, boss plate, all the other stuff that I said for the previous ones is still going to hold true. Could run 2 words for you. There's just a ton of options. I really honestly like the cheap shot for her if you're running armor at all. I feel like that's a really good setup. So we're going to do something different here. Instead of trying to fill the finisher, I'm going to go for a big pin. With the blue gems that we've buffed, I'm going to try and hit as many as I can and get a pin since we have double armor and see if we keep her down. Cheap shot went off. 328k pin. She's going to have a heck of a time kicking out of that. There you go. Another really easy win. Okay. The next moveset. And her month-long bonus isn't really affecting this any more than like Perks would on most of the build sets. A little bit on the gem checking one, but not significantly on the area move at all. It doesn't really affect it at all. So hopefully you're becoming a believer in almost a superhero Nikki A.S.H. I know I am. So this one we are going to just take out the yellow and add the red in for the red gem spam. Same build set, just swapping the starter. And we've seen this one already, that's the 5 MP. This time we are going to go with if you happen to have Bailey. And you want to see how high you can get that finisher. And then we're going back to 1 move damage trainer with Honky Tonk Man. And then Zombie Brian, oops, wrong one. Or buffing the health steal a little bit, because you also could buff the health steal. And honestly, if you really wanted to, you could put, instead of Bailey, you could put Zombie Roman in and buff the health steal instead of the finisher. But you're not pinning them with that, so it doesn't help you win quickly, if that makes sense. So I won't be showing that because to me it doesn't really make sense. when I could just be buffing the finisher, right? But I mean, maybe you'll find a scenario where you want to run it that way. That health steal can get pretty significant. Over, I want to say like about 210, 220k when you're focusing on that. And I didn't change my MP trainer like a genius. So we'll just imagine that turn 2 was turn 1. Because I ran the wrong MP trainer. Kofi's still on there doing absolutely nothing for us. So this is actually turn 1 now. Excellent. We got a 3 match. This one also doesn't recycle, so you have to be careful with that. And let's go ahead and take this match here. Move that. Hit the health steal, and then hit the finisher. So just taking off a little bit more life with the health steal, and then popping the finisher. Again, you could use boss plate. Cheap shot is what I have on. I believe there's actually a yellow to red. I want to say that's what the rock is cooking that you could use to try and recycle, and she kicked right out on this one. Because it doesn't recycle, this is obviously not one of my favorites. But it can load very cheaply, so it was worth showing, I felt like. We are going to take a shot here, though, for sure. Ooh, board shuffle. That noise is terrible. I also didn't do us any favors with not putting the right MP trainer on either. Let's be real. Call it spade a spade. That was a genius move by me. I was hoping for the pin. Not more of those. I was not hoping for more of those to go down. We do have that blue 5 match though, so maybe we can kick out. Yeah, I am double armored too, so. Oh. Oh, okay. Easily. Alright, with authority. Leave my matches? Question mark? That was actually much easier than anticipated. Come here. I think we're gonna have to do it again, though. Nope, we're good. Alright, let's try this finisher thing again. Should go better this time. I think it's safe to say she's not kicking out. And every time I say that, Southside, when you watch this preview, know that I did that just for you. Not really. So, this one definitely not one of my favorite build sets, but it's also been not the best luck either. All right. Let's get a little life back. And I think we're going to be just short of... And we're going to eat... Oh, pin? Of course not. We'll wait for Bailey to do Bailey things while she's sitting there with no life. Okay. Another big one to kick out of. Looks like we're not going to have an issue this time either. Yay, there we go. Boy, we were cruising right along through these builds until that one. Okay, last one is similar-ish, except this is the one where you can cycle back and forth with the health steal. I'm gonna not heal, play it a little more risky, and see if how much health we can get back. Why not? Why not? We're having fun. I think we've seen all of the moves, so this is just a matter of a different order for them. It's very like the first build set, except we're using the health steal instead. And how about I put the right MP trainer on this time? I could cut that out and stuff, but I mean, you know, mistakes happen all the time, so. Okay, we're going to use Macho for +2 to each of them. You wouldn't have to use Macho like you saw me use Seth earlier, but this, I'm going to try and cycle back and forth a little bit more. And then we're going to put a little bit of gem damage on there with Alpha. And Macho recently was, a lot more people have him. They sold him, I think, for 15 bucks, which is relatively cheap considering the past. And then, yeah, we're going to leave Brian on there for the health steal. Instead of Macho, you could also, like I said, put Rock. And actually, I'm almost tempted to do that because we're low on health. I can at least show you guys how big the health steal would be, though. So let's do that. Maybe I'll run another one with Rock. But for now, we're not going to put him on. And not going to heal, so maybe we'll eat a pin if things don't go right, because we are making Bailey's colors in blue, and a lot of them. So we could potentially eat an early pin and run into some issues there. But I think we'll be okay. Sure. I love dodge. I think, isn't that like a 3% chance? It seems like it happens to me on previews a lot more than 3%. I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying. Obviously, 2 words would be really good for this one, and double fury, so because you'd be blowing up the board, you'd be dropping, you know, little cross breaks everywhere. You could also use blue bomber. Move damage is not bad on these moves either. In a perfect world, we wouldn't have caused that extra cascade, so I could have got another move off. Okay, we're going to probably eat the finisher next turn. If there's a next turn. I don't think there's going to be a next turn. Okay, so there's that moveset. You know what? Why not throw in a 7th? It's all went so fast and everything's been like turn 1, turn 2, except for that horrible one where I forgot to equip my MP trainer. And then she kicked out of everything. Let's put Rock on. Let's go full health steal. She does have a 5 MP to load. So theoretically you could really go super no MP trainers and load it up with the health steals. I don't think I like that. I like doing something first turn. So that's probably not the route I would go, but you could put Rock and Trickster Roman in here for an even bigger health steal. We can see how much that one would be. He should be, oops, wrong one, cancel. No, not Orton, you. Sure. Why not? It's just coins. 303k on the health steal there. And we could put Demon or Balor for another 10%, but then we're losing the blue gem damage, so I'm just going to go ahead and go with the big 2 instead for 105% total health steal. Let's give that a run. Build number 7. Alrighty. Let's at least get 3 and get that health steal. Yeah, we got a little more than 3. $244K, not bad. You can... Okay, now we're going to try and cycle back to the blue. Or the red, rather. I'm sorry. Yeah. Alright, 246K. She may have issues kicking out of this. She did. So she did kick out. So we're going to eat a finisher again. We have healed up some now. But yeah, I think Nikki's strength is her flexibility and low charge moves, and just how many different trainers you can use and have her be effective. So she's pretty good plug and play to fill options out. Like when you already have most of a line, but you know what it's like when you're trying to make your MP trainers work because you don't have an affiliation strap for everyone. Well, at least I know what that's like, so I'm sure a lot of you do. I'm actually okay with her kicking out here, so we can do the health steal. And check that out again. But yeah, especially for a free character, I'm very impressed. I mean, this is no perks. We do have her monthly buff, but I think she's going to be plenty viable even without it. And really good plug and play for feud lineups and stuff with those low charge moves. And we're just going back and forth with these moves like we should. And there's no way that's gonna do it. I'm calling my shot on this one against Southside. This one's gonna do it. There's no way. So that's Nikki A.S.H, guys. 7 builds in 27 minutes for a free character. A bunch of them really fast. No really OP'd medals in this case. You can see they're pretty garbage, really. So I think she's quite strong. And very, very good. Like I said, I plan on taking mine as far as I can this month, for sure, to 5-star bronze. And with the way resources are now, I think 5-star silver is extremely likely fairly quickly. And I don't know about 5-star gold, potentially, though. Actually, we'll see how I feel and how it plays. But yeah, I mean, she's the only Nikki A.S.H, or Nikki Cross rather. She'll be needed for any Nikki prerequisite and things like that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hopefully you enjoy this preview. I'm looking forward to this month. It kicks off tomorrow. I'm going to try and get a talent up prep guide tonight. We'll see how that goes. It's getting late, but thanks for watching, guys, and good luck out there.